is TALKNTALK, and I'm trying to return. That's it, but it's hard.
Yeah, I completely understand, but you cannot leave us, okay? I won't let you.
Okay.
So, guys, today eye. We're gonna talk about eye contact. Okay, just a minute. We're gonna talk about eye contact. You know, this type of body language and this type of situations, this type of actions. Really, I'm gonna share the questions with you. This is not a class, okay? Just to a friendly reminder. We are here to have fun and practice our English, not to be judged or corrected. At, unless you ask for some help, but not. That's not the goal here. Okay. So we just introduce ourselves. So I'm gonna ask the second question. So, what can you learn about a person by making eye contact? What do you think, Vanessa? Are you good at reading faces?
What can you learn about a person by making eye contact? In my opinion, if the person keep the eye contact with you, you feel the person is confident, you feel security, I don't know, in his words. It's important because you trust in this person. Even the person is lying, but I don't know if the person keep the eye contact. You need to pay attention in another movements of the body to realize if the person is pretending or no. It's important. The person looks more confident.
I totally agree with you. I feel like it can be, we can be wrong, like you said, the person can be lying and everything, but we have this feeling that the person is being honest or at least pay attention to you. So when I talk to someone and this person is looking me in the eye, I feel like I know that person, you know, not completely, but at least that I can notice something that this person is someone next to me, not in a literal way, but like we can understand each other because this person is giving me like space for the conversation to happen and for us to exchange some ideas. So I have the idea that this person is open and I don't know, not outgoing, but someone who can have a good conversation with. And I really like when I have this type of contact. Sometimes it's uncomfortable for me as well, but I feel like it is important to establish this in your communication. That's my perspective. What do you think, Luis, about this first question? Second question, actually.
Well, I agree with you and Vanessa, and I would like to add that eye contact could show the importance of the conversation, all right? Because when we are talking with someone that even doesn't look to us, or I don't know, maybe the people are on the cell phone, all right? It's like, uh, I would like to add that about the attention on the conversation. I agree with all points that you show. And I would like to add about the attention. When the people are making eye contact on the conversation shows about the attention, in my point of view, in my perspective.
Very good. It is terrible when we are talking to someone and the person is so spacing out, distracted, and you feel like, oh, I should be doing anything else than talking to this person. Yeah, I feel you completely. Can you choose the next person to answer this question so we can
Wanda,
interact a little bit more?
Wanda, please share
Okay.
your opinion.
Yeah, I follow you both. Yeah, you said everyone when I want to said. It's like that. And when we talk with another one and they avoid, and he or she avoids our eye contact, and it's a little bit weird. I don't want to continue to talk to a person like that. Why? If you get talk, you need to get attention, you need to get together. I think if the eye is distracting another thing, and cell phone, for example, I give up the conversation. It's not for me. And you, Giovanna?
I agree with you guys. I think it's important have eye contact, but I confess that sometimes I have difficulties to establish eye contact with some people. But I think it's important when we are having a conversation with a person. It's important to see the person understands what I'm speaking. So I contact fortify this concept. And it's important to see the people having eye contact with us, and understand when a person are lying, which you guys said before. So I think it's very important, but sometimes it's hard and we need to confess it. I think that's it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sometimes if you don't know the person that well, it could be uncomfortable, right, to make the contact.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it can be people can think, oh, she's lying, but you are just shy. So that is a line there. It's important to mention that, Giovanna. You are completely right. So about the next question, let's talk about other things, okay? Some situations, question number 3. Can you think of some situations where eye contact should not be made? Like, I don't know, some situation you feel like I will try to look away of this person or this situation. What do you guys think? Wanda, can you start?
I can think in any situation, but one situation is for kings or sultans or people with a great personality, and we get like a minor person. We don't. It's impossible to look for this kind of people. But I never meet any big personality, and for me, only in cell phone when it's impossible to get in contact. I don't think in a situation. How about you, Sarah?
Yeah, maybe if you feel like in danger, for example, a robbery or something like that. That was the example that I had in mind, because sometimes the guy usually the person says to you, oh, don't look, look away, you know. So I think that is an advice you should follow, because your life could be in danger. So I would avoid, because I want you to stay, to get home safe, you know. So maybe it's not the best moment for you to look at someone's eyes, for sure, because it's not a wise move for you to make. My
Yeah,
opinion.
good point. Exactly.
Yeah, they always say that don't look, because if people say if they look, let you look at their faces, that's a bad sign, because they are not interested in keeping you alive, you know. So if you don't see their faces, it's harder for the police to get them. So it's like safer for you in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And you, Vanessa, do you have other things in mind?
My job, because it's a call center, and I my job. Yes, and it's hard because I speak with the clients without eye contact, and I realized that I need to use more arguments to convince the clients that I am trying to solve the problems, because the clients only complain, and they call me super angry. And I need to convince them without eye contact. It's hard
Yeah.
because the eye contact in this situation complements your job, but I need to try that the clients trust me, and that's it.
Very good.
Luis?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally agree with all you. And I think that, I don't know exactly, but maybe eye contact with people who I don't know could be avoided. I don't know exactly, but that's it.
Maybe in the bus or something like that. You never know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get it. And you, Gil? Can I call you Gil? I don't know. What is your
Yes,
nickname?
please. I like G or G. So I have conservative parents, and sometimes it's hard to have a good relationship with them. So sometimes I need to lie for them, and I can't have eye contact with them in this situation. I don't like to lie, but in this case is necessary sometimes until I can have a good relationship with them in the future. I hope. So I think that's it. In lines is necessary. Don't have eye contact. I don't like lie, but in this situation, I don't have a choice.
Yeah, I totally understand. It is like if you are looking them in the eyes, they are going to notice everything. So you try to
I feel
escape.
I feel more terrible. So is important.
Yeah. If you have a relationship with the person, they probably can tell if you're lying. So the eyes are a lot of, they pass a message, definitely.
Exactly.
And Luis said something about not making eye contact with strangers. I was thinking, for example, in a party for a woman, if you are looking at someone for way too much, they might get the wrong idea, especially guys, because sometimes you don't have to say anything. They just think you are into them somehow. You want to kiss him or have something, So I try to avoid, because I've been told that I'm too nice sometimes, too friendly, and I try to pay attention to that, because I don't like to pass the wrong idea and to make someone think that I'm into them, when in the reality I'm not. I'm just living my life and looking at people because I have eyes, But it's tough. Do you guys have this, like, try to avoid uncomfortable situations because of your personality?
When I see a cute baby or a cute dog, some mothers don't like you look a lot her baby. I don't know, but I like to admire. Some situations it's hard, but when I see or a dog, I like to look a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I have the same habit, Vanessa. I like a lot to see babies, dogs, and cats, and sometimes the moms doesn't like it, and
Yes.
it's hard.
They think we are envy, né?
Yeah.
Inveja, né? Essas coisas.
Yeah.
For example,
Or judging.
sometimes I see a beautiful woman, beautiful hair. É de mulher, a
Yeah.
gente olha.
I stare.
Yes.
But it's hard because
Yeah. And sometimes if the woman is looking at me and I think, am I ugly? That will have something in my teeth, I have these questions in my head. And the woman approaches me and says, oh, your hair is beautiful, or something like that. And right away I'm just, I just give a smile, because I feel like I can relax, because first you think that is something bad, but it could be good as well, someone looking at you that much. Very good, girls. Thanks for sharing. Now we're gonna go to the next question. Let me take a look here. Yeah, this is similar to what we are talking. What is the difference between staring, like this, and making eye contact? What do you think? Luis, can you share your opinion?
So I think that there is not an exact line between these. All right. And maybe you just want to make eye contact, but other people can interpret this like an staring. And this is why I think that could be good to avoid to make eye contact in some cases. I don't know exactly how to answer, because for me, there's no exactly a line. Even if someone are look at me, I don't know, interpret this, all right? If the people are looking for what reason, I don't know. All right, and that's it.
Yeah, that is a fair point. Sometimes you don't know the person, you don't know the situation. It's just a look, and you can get a lot of information from that. I understand. We don't have like questions here that you should say yes or no. The questions are like this. You think, oh, I don't know how to answer that, and then you answer somehow. So that's the beauty here. Wanda, what do you think?
I think eye contact is for a conversation, is for integration between two persons. and two people. And staring, I think, is like I staring the moon. I staring is for me and the object or the person, but is a look alone. Eye contact is after that. If another person look at me, and this is eye contact. The staring is by myself.
Very good. I haven't thought of that. You can just start your eye contact with staring sometimes. You are looking and the person looks back, so it could happen.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very clever. You always bring something that I haven't thought before. Can you choose your colleague to answer? One of the girls.
Gil?
I agree with you, Wanda. I think eye contact, I need to have other person in a dialogue, and the starring it's anything, a moon, a person, an object, anything. So I can admiring other person, the beauty, but in eye contact, I need to have a conversation with this person. So I think that's the difference. Vanessa.
I agree with you, Giovanna. Because it is, for example, if a stranger is staring you, I feel uncomfortable because I don't know what the person is thinking, but it's different to if you are talking with someone and keeping the eye contact. Yeah, I don't know. Staring when someone looks only you, fix you, but in my opinion, it's uncomfortable because it's uncomfortable. I, in my opinion, the person needs to keep the eye contact, but in the same time, to look around, to look the other things, not only you, only your eyes, because the situation is, in my opinion, uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point, because you can just look to the person and they're like always looking at you. It's not so normal, right? You feel like, oh, okay, you are paying attention, but maybe too much. You can balance that. I understand. Very good. Maybe the staring, it's just the eye contact, but being weird in a way. And if you are close to the person, it's a friendly situation, the eye contact. But I understand Luis said there is no huge difference, and I agree with him. You can confuse both.
Mm-hmm.
And there is something called a resting bitch face. Do you know this expression? Resting bitch face. It's when someone has the face that the person is always complaining or unhappy about something, but in reality the person is okay, normal, but the face says the person is judging you or something. So if this person is looking at you and you feel like this person has a resting bitch face, it's like you can understand that the person is giving you a weird look, when in reality it's not. It's just the way they look. So you have the some occasions you can confuse the look and have a wrong idea, you know.
Yes, facial expression, sometimes it's complex. So I agree with you.
That's
Sarah,
true.
can you write for us this expression, please?
Yes. Right now. Okay.
Mhm.
I say the bad name. I'm sorry, our sponsors, that I said the bad name, but it's out now. we are above 18, so no problem here, right? So the next question I'm gonna ask Gio. Can you start question number 5?
Yes, I think it's very important to have eye contact in a job interview because it demonstrates confidence in my approach, in my discourse. I think it's important the other person understand that what I'm speaking it's truth. So I think eye contact it's true, it's confidence, and in our works it's very important, and in a selection the professionals probably to see these points, to see if the candidate, I don't know, the person have eye contact, a good approach, and I think this point is important.
Completely agree with you, Gio. Can you choose someone?
Yes, Van.
Yes, in my opinion, it's important to making eye contact in a job interview, but the same time, for example, because I've already worked in a human research, and sometimes I interviewed teenagers, and teenagers are shy because they don't have maturity, and I understood them, and it doesn't a negative point for me, but the eye contact is important because I agree with you, Giovanna. How can I say, passa a verdade, trust, about the speech, about the discuss with the new employee, the person. That's it. Luis.
Well, I think that it's very important because it shows a skill. That's it. A skill like communication, for example. I'm trying to speak looking for the camera, for example. I'm trying to do this even in the immersions, in the interviews that I've done in the past, of course. And right now I'm trying to speak, look at the camera. Sometimes I forget to look at the camera, but I think this shows an important skill that is communication. All right. If the job you need this skill, the recruiter will take a note about it. Of course, maybe the recruiter are not searching for something that needs a good communication. Okay, but if he needs, he will take a note, for example, I think, about this skill.
Yeah, I'm with you. I kind of understood what Vanessa said about the teenagers. It could be about personality as well, but we can deny it passes a message, a good message or maybe a negative message about yourself. But there is something to pay attention, and I feel like when I don't look to people in the eyes is because I'm uncomfortable, and they feel like, oh, maybe this woman, she's not ready yet because she faces some pressure and she is already avoiding us, she's already trying to escape somehow. So I try to force myself to look in the eyes as well, not all the time, like Vanessa said, because it's weird, but it's necessary to establish some communication. It's not only about the things you say, but about how you behave, your body language as well. So I totally understand what you guys said, and I agree very much. And you, Wanda, I know you are not looking for a job anymore, but share your
Yeah,
opinion.
I think I agree with you. It's like that. It's for shows confidence. It's for show skills of communicating. It's for shows you are interested in the interview, in the person, in the job. I think it is totally necessary in an interview if you want to get a job to do this, take eye contact.
Awesome. It was great what we said about interest, because it is everything in a conversation, right? In a job interview or anything else, but people feel like I'll keep talking to him because he's interested and the conversation is good. So I totally understand you guys. So the next question, I'm gonna ask Wanda to read this one and share your opinion. Okay? Do you agree or maybe not?
Okay. Number 6. The eyes have been called the window to the soul. What do you think that means? I agree totally, because if I'm sad, you look at me and feel my sadness. If I have it in a happy day, you look at me and you feel my happiness. I think eyes pass all the kinds of feelings that stay in my soul, in our soul. Yeah, I totally agree. And you, Luis?
I agree with you. I think that I'm not the kind of person who had the soul in the eyes, but I think that this shows a lot of us, shows about our humor, about our feelings, even we don't know about, but our eyes show. And that's it. I agree with you. I agree with this affirmation too.
Very good.
And can I
Go
choose
ahead.
someone?
Yeah.
Giovanna, please.
I totally agree with you guys. I think when we are very happy, our eyes are shining, or we have a facial expression, and our eyes express it also. So when we are sad, our eyes are sad too. So I think that's it. We express our feelings when, like we said before. Vanessa.
I totally agree with this phrase. Our eyes doesn't lie if you are happy or if you are sad, the eyes show your moments. For example, when we was using mask, I had a car accident and I broke my feet. Foot. É pé só, né? Feet. And I remember the doctor. I was using the mask and the doctor, you are smiling. It's so good to see because you are happy, you are well. And I was using mask, but my eyes show that I was smiling, I was happy because I was feeling well. And that's it. The eyes shows even our face is higher height. That's it.
Like burqa. If you
Yes,
dress
yes.
a burqa, your eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
Great examples, guys. The mask, I don't know how to say burqa, but I feel like we can express ourselves. We always find a way, to make this expression. And oh my gosh, that time was so hard, the COVID and wearing masks all the time. But I've seen some things like that, some campaigns showing the eyes, to say that people are hopeful for a better times like we have now because of the things have got better, but it's still hard to think looking back, about all people covering their faces. We couldn't hug, we couldn't smile. It was very tough. And I agree with you, it is the eyes are meaningful and powerful to express something, our message, and to the world. And I feel not with everyone for sure, but it's like a passage, an invitation for I'm vulnerable, I'm open, to have a conversation with you, to have a deeper connection. Of course, not every person in the street, but your friends, your family, someone you want to connect with, so I really like when people establish this type of communication with me. So I guess we have time for one more question. Do you guys would like to choose?
Let me see. The question 7. If you do not make eye contact, what is the meaning of that? I think the meaning we share in this conversation. It can be lying, it can be shy people. Sometimes the person can't have eye contact for most time. Let me see. Or sometimes we don't have we don't trust in someone and we can't have eye contact with this person. I think this situation. And you, Wanda?
For me, it's really difficult to take a conversation without eye contact. All the time, I want to see the expression of another one, and I want to see the eyes of the one when I talk to a person. But when I talk to a person and this person avoid my eyes, I get uncomfortable, and I think about, wow, this person pay attention to me or thinking in another thing. And maybe this person is boring with my talking, and I get uncomfortable. Yeah. And for you, Sarah?
Yeah, I totally with you. I feel uncomfortable as well. And usually when I don't make eye contact, it could be that I get distracted kind easily, but I try to behave, you know. But yeah, it is not something so good to hold this type of conversation. I always try to put myself in their shoes, and if I was the person talking, I would like people to listen to me. For example, when I'm here and all cameras are closed, I always ask for one merciful person to open the camera so I can look at least one one of you. So it makes a lot of difference, you know, here in the conversations, because I can connect more with you. I don't feel like I don't know if the person is here, if she's listening, if she went to the bathroom, if she's drinking water or eating, you know. I need to know something so the conversation can be better. I need to see at least one person so I can relax. That's me. And Vanessa?
Yes, I agree with you, Sarah. For example, in my English course, I study online as well, and the most, no, everybody closed the camera for the teacher, and I was the only student that opened the camera because I felt pity of my teacher. Yeah, and if someone talked to me without to make the eye contact, I feel that what I am saying is not important for the person, and I don't know. I prefer to say the person, if you are busy now, we can talk late. Don't worry. And that's it. I prefer to schedule the conversation for another moment, because it's uncomfortable to talk with someone that don't look in your eyes. That's it. Giovanna.
I share my opinion before, so Luis.
I
Really?
Oh, I totally agree with you. And for me, I think that this show the amount of attention that I'm putting on the conversation, all right? Even we can talk about not important things, doing two things at the same time, doing something and keep the conversation. For me, that is no problem. And something like, oh, how is the weather? All right, something like this. All right, there is no problem to do something and keep this conversation. But in the most part, it reflects the attention to put on the conversation. And if we are talking about something important, we need to keep the eye contact, I think. And that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, very interesting. I haven't thought about some scenarios. It's okay to be not rude, not unpolite, but it's okay to do other things if it's just a casual conversation and so on. But if you are sharing some deep stuff or asking for advice or a family problem, right? It's not okay to be ignored.
Exactly. And I think it affects very much the teacher's occupation, because when they are in classroom, I think, sala de aula, present, face to face, it's okay. They know that the people are paying attention, but in online class, it's very hard because they doesn't know if the people are paying attention because the camera is off. So I think it's very hard for them in this pandemic.
Yeah, you have a point. It's like there are no closed cameras in real life, but we kind of get used to hide a little, you know, to not appear here.
Exactly. It's hard.
I'm not saying you are obligated, okay, to open your camera every time. Sometimes you have a lot of things going on in your house, but I feel like this is part of the communication, the body language, you know, the faces, the expressions. So if you have a conversation in real life, you don't have this option to turn off your face, you know, you gotta show yourself. So that's why I try to share my face here in the other conversations as well with the other hosts. It's important.
Yes, it's important.
So
because
you're gonna say
nowadays
something? Go ahead,
this is
Vanessa.
our new reality. People need to se acostumar, né? Com isso.
That's true. Oh, guys, we don't have much time. Actually, I'm gonna share the survey with you in a few minutes, just to make sure you can answer. Okay, and let's use this final minutes to answer the last question. We were talking about how body language and facial expressions can be misleading. We can be wrong about it, you know. So I would like us to answer the final question. Question number 10. Luis, can you read this one and share your ideas?
Read and answer, or just answer? Well, let's go. Number 10. Do you think analysis based on body language and facial expressions are truly effective? Well, I don't know if it is truly affection. Maybe this helps a lot, but sometimes for me, it's a little bit hard to see exactly formula, all right? Oh, this expression means this. Oh, that expression means that. There is a channel on YouTube about it. Yes, I think that that could have a general rule, but maybe there's some exceptions. I don't know if they know about these exceptions. That's it. I speak a lot, but I answered nothing exactly, but that's it. And Vanessa, what do you think about it?
I don't have opinion exactly. For example, sometimes I watch Metaforandos, Ricardo Ventura. I like their videos, but I don't know. Sometimes I think they exaggerate because in the minimal behaviors they judge what the person is showing, but I don't know. I prefer ficar em cima do I don't know in English. I don't know. I don't have an opinion about this question.
Yeah, that's okay. That's not easy. Not at all. Wanda, what about yourself?
I believe that analysis based on body language and facial expression, I believe in that because our face is so difficult to hide our feelings. And yeah, I believe in this analysis. It's truly interesting.
I think it's important body language and facial expressions to have effective communication, but I think sometimes someone can fall looking at us, so it's hard to know if the person are speaking the truth, even this person are looking for us to have and having good expression. We don't know, so it's hard, but I think it's important in a communication, but not always we know the character, I don't know, personality of this person, so I think it depends.
Fair enough. Thank you so much, guys. I agree with you. Especially if you are a sociopath or something, you can show emotions that are not real, you know. And for example, I was thinking about crimes because they could use a machine to detect if you are lying or something like that. But I feel like it could help, like Giovanna said, but it shouldn't be the only thing for you to use, because imagine you're gonna someone's going to jail because of just one thing, you know, just because of the expressions or because of the eye contact. So it should be, maybe you could use, but not with the only thing, you know. We should combine with other analysis, other investigation, for sure.
Exactly.
And we are about to finish. We have another meeting coming, so I can't get on the way, for sure. So thank you so much. Here's a survey. You can answer, give your feedback. Okay, always a pleasure talking with you. And anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's it. This conversation is perfect. I love have this dialogue with you guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Jill, and come back more often. Okay. I have meetings Mondays on 7 p.m. You are welcome to join. Okay. Just doing my merchandising here. Okay.